Welcome back to Briggs on Books, our international talk show where I get to talk to authors from all over the world every day. What an exciting job I have. I'm an avid reader. I read and read and read, and one of the things I'm always doing is selecting my next book. So I hope that these interviews can help you select your next book. Now, our next guest is a very interesting guy. I've talked to him before, and his book, and here's his book, by the way. Welcome, James. An American Abduction. Now, what I'm trying to figure out, James, is this real or is it a made-up story? Because it sure sounds like it could be real.
Well, and that's what I wanted to hear from readers, because everything about the book, it just sort of makes you wonder, is this really happening?
Yeah.
And where did I get my information from, or is this fiction, or is it really happening? So you asked the question that I want people to ask when they read this book.
Yeah. Now tell us a little bit of the story. There's these two kids. They graduate from college. They get recruited by the CIA.
Get recruited by the CIA to work in this secret underground government facility next to Carlsbad, New Mexico. And they're tasked with developing a mind control program. But they don't know that a lot of other things is going on in that facility, such as alien reverse technology and things like that. And actually, their program is a cover to get funding for those other programs. But the CIA doesn't know that some people that they have in charge of the whole program, the whole facilities, there are two people that have infiltrated the American government and the American system, and they have plans. One of them is Russian, and one of them is Colombian. So they have plans for the technology, especially the mind control program, for their own benefits. And also they're battling each other. They're friends throughout. They're friends to try to get these programs and such, but they have plans to eliminate each other.
Oh boy!
So what's going on in the book?
There's lots of intrigue, but kind of you could believe, well, this is probably going on right now. Maybe we have captured some alien technology. Maybe we are storing it in the caves at Carlsbad Caverns. A lot of people are saying stuff like that out in the world right now. That's what makes it a little bit believable.
Yes, and that's what I see. I'm not. I don't think I'm. My subsequent books. Excuse me. And I've written 7 now.
Yeah.
My other books are more true crime, and I guess you would say kind of shoot 'em up kind of books about the mafia and embezzlement and government corruption and things like that. So I don't really consider myself a sci-fi type of writer. So I try to put a lot of realism in this book to make it look real or to make it feel real, because I really write true crime stuff, and to me this is more of a realistic type of novel. And it also, as I mentioned, I think I mentioned before, it also has a Christian theme to it.
Yeah. Now, and by the way, someone told you to write the book. God told you to write some books, right?
He told me to write. I don't know if I gave the complete story last time we talked, but when I was going through a time of thinking of changing jobs, back in I guess it was the mid-'90s, it's when God told me to write, and it sort of took my mind off of changing jobs. And later on, I got the job that I had really wanted. I got the promotion I had really wanted, and I felt like God gave me, brought out that talent in me as a diversion from changing from the job that He had, that He really had for me.
Right.
So I really enjoyed that job and retired from it 33 years later.
Now, you were in accounting or something like that?
In government auditing and auditing financial institutions. Yeah. And when I retired from the job in 2018, I had not planned on writing again. And that's when I got that vision that said, I want you to write a book about alien abductions. And I thought, God wanted me to write before, but this can't be God wanting me to write a book about alien abductions. Yeah. So I put it off for almost a year before I did anything. But it kept coming back to me, and I said, okay, I think God wants me to write again. So let me write this book. Let me put everything in it, CIA, NSA, FBI. I mean, I threw everything I could into this book because I felt like okay, I figured it out. God wants me to write this book and then go back and publish the other three that I wrote years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I set out to do. And I put so much in this book as far as government conspiracies, alien technology, and religion and all of that, that I thought it was going to be just my gateway to publish the other books. But when I was in the publishing process of publishing An American Abduction, I got the vision from God to write another book.
Mm.
So I've actually written three more since An American Abduction.
Wow, I did not know that.
I also started writing children's books, something I didn't think I would do.
Yeah.
But I got a vision or a voice on Christmas Day, last Christmas, that said, I want you to write children's books as well. So I'm just finishing up my third children's book.
Yeah. Now, the point I'm getting to, you were an accountant, you work for the government.
Right.
Now you're writing about all the government intrigue. That's what makes me suspicious. Like maybe he knows something, because this is so realistic what he writes. Maybe he knows something about all this.
Well, I think that my books will sort of make people, like I said, you're asking the questions and you're saying the things that I want to hear.
Yeah.
That people are going to think maybe something is going on, or maybe even he knows something, since he was I was a government agent. I mean, but a government was a government agent. So and that's what I look forward to as I present the book, as I have book signings, as I meet with people, as I get feedback over social media of looking forward to people's thoughts, because my books are thought provoking, and I want them to ask questions like that, or what do you know? What else can you tell us? So that's what I'm looking forward to. So you're giving me the kind of feedback that I'm looking forward to.
Now, James, we have so many viewers who are authors. Like I say, anybody can write a book, but few people can finish writing, put that pencil down, and go out and get it published. So many of our viewers just can't get over that last step, and here you've done it over and over again. Tell me about these new books that are coming out. Do you think they're going to be easier now that you understand the process of getting a book published and out?
Well, I think it's going to be easier, because publishing is so hard.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the publishing industry, it may be the biggest industry for scams that's out there, because
I see. Yeah.
Trying to get your money but don't want to help you.
Right.
Especially the hybrid publishers that get your money up front, and then they don't want to follow through on helping you.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, one of my books, the next book, my next book coming out is called Bestseller. It's about an aging author who wants to write one more bestseller before he retires, and it involves the Klan and the mafia. Matter of fact, he wants to meet with an ex-mafia guy who was in the mafia, who wants him to tell his story, and then have him killed off in the book, so that the mafia will quit looking for him, because he's running away from the mafia. So, and then also that's double with a mission of him being intercepted by that man for another man that wants him to help him get out of help him with some plan activity. So it's really an intriguing book. And the one after that, Bestseller 2, will involve human trafficking, and also I put in it publishing scams. So I have two things going in each of the books, and I wanted to expose some of the publishing scams that's going on out there that I've experienced. So not only getting over, and there's a huge percentage of people that think about writing or want to write or just have written a little bit, but then you got to jump that other hurdle of getting through that publishing process, which is just as hard in some ways as getting motivated to write. I just started back writing in 2021, and I've already met a lot of people. I've had one book signing, and I've already met a lot of people that said, you motivated me to get back to my book, or to write this book that I feel is in me. So you're right, that there's a lot of people that want to write. They feel like they have a story, or they've written some, and just sort of, I guess life got in the way, other things got in the way.
Yeah.
And they didn't follow through. So I've already motivated some people. So I feel like I'm on a mission from God to sort of motivate people to follow through with their passions and things like that.
So your next books are Bestseller and Bestseller 2?
Bestseller and Bestseller 2, which the four of them involve corruption, Klan activity, mafia. So, like I said earlier, they're more true life type crime because I feel like that's what I am. I'm a true life. That's the kind of movies I like.
Yeah.
I like the James Bond type and the heroes, Denzel Washington and those
Yeah, I love those.
crime and criminals and criminal organizations and things like that. So those my next books gets back to that, a little bit more. This one is more on the sci-fi end, but it's a good book and it involves criminal activities. But my next one, bestseller, it's called bestseller because the author wants to write a bestseller, but the action in the book revolves criminal activity, and that's what he writes about. So, and that's what I write about too. So my subsequent books, even though there's one, God told me to write historical fiction. I didn't think I would write historical fiction, but he told me, I want you to write a book about World War II, where these special forces are going to be assigned to jump behind enemy lines in eastern France and maneuver into western Germany and find this Hitler's secret military base where he has some military secret plans going on. But these ranger groups, he wants me to have the president in the book assign 2 black paratroopers to this ranger group as well. So it's going to be an integrated group that goes into Germany to find these secret plans. So this one is historical fiction. So now I'm doing my research on the artillery that was involved.
I was going to say that's going to take a lot of research, I guess, because I don't think you were around during World War II, were you?
No, I wasn't around during World War II, but I have quite a bit of knowledge about it by watching a lot of shows on World War II. Because I watch what I call those learning channels, the military channel.
Yeah, I love those too. Yeah,
and things like that.
Let me ask you, James. We're going to run out of time. They're already signaling me, but I want to ask before we're out of time. I have your website on the screen. It's at jjsnovels.com. And what will our viewers find there?
Well, what you'll find is a good promotion, first page promotion of my book, An American Abduction. And I think I mentioned it to you earlier that Mariel Hemingway did a promotional video for that book, and her video is on my website, the first page, and I think another video is on there promoting the book. A little bit about me, and there's a lot of links. There's links to my future novels. I went ahead and told people what I'm writing about, the other books that's coming out. So as well as my children's books, and I have some self-help books as well that will be coming out. So there's quite a bit of information on that website. And I mentioned Mariel Hemingway also did the foreword for the book.
Oh, that's great.
And production.
Hopefully she's going to be in the movie based on the book.
I'm glad you brought that up because I really feel, and I'm getting ready to talk to my publisher, I really feel this book, and I think I said it last time, will make a great movie.
I do too. It's the kind of movie I'd see. It's the kind of book I would read. James, we're totally out of time. Any last thoughts for our viewers?
Well, like I said last time, this is my product, and I'm a little bit biased. But if you like action adventure, and if you like a Christian story, you will love this book. I guarantee you will love this book.
And here's the cover, by the way, An American Abduction. The cover is so cool, James. I like that.
People really love that cover.
Yeah, we'll have you back in a month or so, James. I could talk to you all day. I'll try to squeeze in more time next time because I got a million more questions for you. And I think our author friends who are trying to get their books out, they like to hear from you too because you're inspiring, James.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
All righty. And we'll be back with more authors. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more authors right after this.